In order for sexual reproduction in plants to occur, pollination must take place. This is the process by which pollen is deposited on the stigma. There are a number of ways plants can be pollinated, and adaptations to aid these various methods. Wind-pollinated plants such as Chloris truncata or windmill grass have light, thin pollen. The windmill-shaped arrangement of stamen, which give this grass its common name, increases the area and direction of pollination. Some plants, such as Eucalyptus sinuosa or Octopus mallee, rely on insects for pollination. This flower's bright yellowy-green color, sweet scent, and nectar attracts insects. The pollen is transferred onto the insect via the long stamens. The pollen and stigma of these flowers is also sticky to ensure transferal to and from the insect. Other plants, such as Anagrozanthus manglesi or the red and green kangaroo paw, employ pollination by other animals. It is mostly pollinated by low-flying birds, for which its 1 to 2 meter height is adapted. It is also covered in small hairs to collect other pollen passed on by the birds. Other adaptations are red coloration and nectar to attract animals, tubular shape to ensure the pollen is deposited on the head of the bird and transferred to other plants. Seed dispersal. Maximum seed dispersal is imperative to a plant to increase survival and prevent overcrowding. Some plants have seeds which are carried by the wind. These seeds, such as those from the casuarina plant, are light and aerodynamically designed in order to be carried long distances by the wind. Seeds may have hooks or barbs to cling to animals for long distances before falling, such as those of the Pistonia grandis pictured here on a bird. Seeds such as those of the lily pilly can be enclosed in fleshy fruits. Bright reds, pinks, and purples are attractive to many animals. These seeds are often dispersed by the animal after passing through the digestive system, thus carried far from their original plant. Some plants disperse their seeds during times of fire. These seeds are stored until fire destroys the branch or tree they are on, ensuring space for the new tree. Australian plants such as Banksia integrifolia have thick woody walls which create resistance to the heat for the seeds within. Seeds are freed from their pods or capsules after the fire. Other plants, such as the mangrove, Avicennia marina, are dispersed by water. An adaptive feature of these plants, as they live in or near an aquatic environment, is floating seeds. These seeds are carried away from the parent plant along rivers and estuaries or across seas. Some plants have developed a method of explosive seed dispersion. These plants, such as Acacia quadriformis, violently expel their seeds at high speeds and distances. Some plants reproduce without sex cells or gametes and create new plants genetically identical to the parent plant. This is called asexual reproduction. One example of vegetative reproduction is the use of runners, which are long, thin stems that grow along the surface of the soil. Plants such as spinifex grass produce new plants at nodes along runners. Budding plants reproduce by means of small buds formed along leaves or stems. These small buds then develop from outgrowths of the parent plant. They become individuals after breaking off from the original plant. This image shows the leaf of Calanchois bathylata with and without the buds. This process of asexual reproduction involves the making of embryos in the seeds by the parent plant. This gives the plant the opportunity for seed dispersal, which is an adaptation not usually associated with asexual reproduction. An Australian example of apomixis is kangaroo grass.